On-Tap Plumbing and Gas covers all Perth areas from Mandurah to Two Rocks and has a team of plumbing, drainage and hot water experts. They have an amazing reputation for their excellent service and quality workmanship on time, every time, and it is easy to see why they are a favourite to many Perth property managers. Whether you just need some friendly advice or an obligation-free quote, look no further than On-Tap Plumbing and Gas.
Welcome to the PM Collective, a dynamic hub designed to empower business owners, property managers, and BDMs to excel in their careers. Through access to intimate conversations, cutting-edge video training, mental health support, and unparalleled motivation, our community is the ultimate destination for individuals seeking to elevate their professional lives to new heights. So sit back, relax, and enjoy our next conversation on our weekly podcast, The Art of Property Management. Today, I am going to give you my top BDM tech stack that I use every week just to make my role a little bit easier and also a little bit less repetitive as well, because quite often when we are speaking to clients, we are saying the same things over and over again, and it becomes quite exhausting. So I'm going to tell you my 5 favorite programs that I use that does make my life easier, and we are going to start with IREBDM. Now, IREBDM I use for obviously tracking my leads. It's really great when you have a few people in the office that are bringing in those leads as well, so you can really track where the inquiries are coming from, but also make sure that you're spending enough time on the more successful avenues as well. So maybe you might find that you're receiving more inquiries through your website or through social media. It's a really easy way to track that. So it's one of my favorite CRMs to use for property management, new leads, and the BDM role. Now, I have recently set up my campaigns in IREBDM. So for those that haven't set the campaigns up, I highly recommend that you do this. Now, I took a little shortcut and used Joe from the Efficiency Co, who set mine up for me, which was super easy. It was done within a couple of weeks and ready to go. And I can honestly say that the campaigns have been so successful. I am now getting more inquiries from people that I haven't spoken to for a while, just responding to that campaign email that they've received and asking a question. So it's really keeping up with the relationship side of things with those clients. And we have them set up so they might get an email on day 1, day 7, day 14, and then the 3-month mark, 6-month mark, and 12-month mark. So I'm really excited to see how that progresses, but I've definitely seen a benefit from that already. So that's IREBDM for new leads, lead management, and maintaining those contacts, and also use the campaigns. They work fantastic. So that is the first must-have as a BDM in my role. The second one is YouTube. Now, YouTube is used for a couple of reasons. First of all, I use it as a library. It's a free way that I can have all my videos in one place, and whenever I need to get them and send them to a client, they are at a touch of a button. So I send that link sometimes through to clients that via SMS. Sometimes I send them through email, and sometimes I have them so that they are unlisted, and other times so they are public. So what was happening was I was getting a lot of people calling me up and asking me the same questions. Now what I do is I simply say to them, listen, would you mind just checking the video? I've recently done one. It's actually going to answer all your questions. Would you mind jumping on to my YouTube and take a look at this video, and then give me a call and we'll chat about it later. So it does help that repetitiveness in conversation, which is really good, but it's also just a library. So whenever you need to access something, it's all there. So YouTube is really great for me. It also does help when I do set up videos, which might be for things like how to understand your managing authority, or maybe it is for pre-purchase inspections that I've done for clients. I have them all through the YouTube account, because then I can access it in the future and also remind myself what I said about that property. So there's a couple of different ways that I have been using YouTube, and it also is the second most popular lead gen exercise for me as a BDM. And I do get about, I would say, 5 to 8 inquiries from YouTube directly each week. So for me, it's really quite important to have that. So that is YouTube, using it as a library for all your videos so that you've got easy access, and to allow you to stop any repetitiveness in conversations you have with new clients and simply just flick them through the video link to watch before you discuss the conversation further. The third product I use and I love is Calendly. And I love Calendly for a few reasons. So for those that don't know about that program, it allows people to book in appointments into your calendar and into your diary directly. So for me, I find that by offering a Calendly link, it creates that authority. And it also creates a value on your time. So if someone wants to speak to you and it's going to be a 30-minute conversation, they need to book that out in your diary. So using that Calendly link is something that you can include on your new management emails, and it can be sent out to clients even in the initial one to say, listen, if you want to discuss further, book in a time to speak to me through this link. So again, that authority is really, really important in starting off new relationships with potential investors. And the second thing is it just controls your diary a bit more. So it just means that those phone calls that you're having are put in your diary at a time that suits you, and you're not having those conversations when you're out on the run or in between appointments where you might be rushed, and that conversation might appear rushed to the client as well. So it's a really great way to manage your week day to day, which is awesome. Now, my fourth program that I love is called Missing Letter, and it is a planning and scheduling software for your social media. And I use it for linking my posts to Google My Business, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. And it's a little bit different to other scheduling platforms that you might use because it helps you repurpose your content and create drip campaigns. So for me, I actually use it by just having it up on my dashboard on my computer every day. So every time I have a content idea that I want to post, I simply just put it in and schedule it when I've got the next spot available in my calendar. So I try to do it that way because then my social media content stays a couple of weeks ahead at all times. And I'm just adding content when I have a thought that comes to mind, or if I think of something that I want to put up. So Missing Letter is great. It repurposes, so I could link a blog that I've done or a video that I've done, and I can create a drip campaign so that drip campaign might happen over 2 weeks or 6 months or 12 months. And what it does is it just repurposes that same blog or video, but with different captions or different quotes so that it looks like a different post on your socials. So it's really, really great. I find it easy, and I'm a huge fan of that scheduling program. And the lucky last, my fifth program that I am loving at the moment, and I haven't been using it for that long, but it's called Pod Squeeze. Now, I do use it for podcasts, which is what I'm doing now, where I upload that content, but it actually works really, really well if you do a lot of videos, even just a market update video that's a couple of minutes long. You can use the free option, the free membership on Pod Squeeze, and you can upload your video. And when you upload your video, it's going to generate some AI for tweets, titles, links and mentions, keywords, newsletter, and a short post. So simply by uploading your 2-minute market update video, you have a title that you can call that. So when you're attaching that video on or posting it on LinkedIn, you've got the title and the caption that you're going to use. You can actually also utilize that newsletter, send it to your database with all the details that's in that video, but now you've got the text in a newsletter format. And one of my favorite ones is the short post, which I actually use as a bit of a LinkedIn article. And I find that now has given me a few ways of repurposing my content. So I'm getting a lot out there, but with minimal actual content videos, which is really cool. So they are the 5 most favorite things that I use as a BDM that really helps me control my week and continue to allow me to receive inquiries through consistently and really with very, very minimal effort and also minimal cost. These things really don't cost a lot. And, quite often you can use the free version of them as well. So, just to recap, we have IREBDM for leads, making sure that you do set up your campaigns. We have number 2, YouTube. Number 3, Calendly. Number 4, missing letter. And number 5, Pod Squeeze. So I hope that gives you some ideas of how you can control your week as a BDM. And if you have any questions or want to reach out and find out a little bit more about how I use each individual product, just send me through a message and I will be happy to extend on some of those things a little bit more for you.
The Associates Co. provide reliable, fully trained professionals to assist you with running and scaling your property management department, providing high-quality, pre-trained virtual assistants ready to hit the ground running and revolutionize the way you run your portfolio, ensuring your time is spent doing the high-value tasks inside your rent roll that really matter. Not long ago, VAs within a business were considered a luxury. Now they are a staple for any business needing reliable support without the headache of traditional staffing. To find out more, head over to theassociatesco.com.